Anderson dropped a very big scoop today. Legend that NIck Polom and Malenas in the middle of a $1 million divorce after being married in 2015. Interesting. I don't think this guy's a source. The guy's posting the material that comes with it. Is the video long though, chat?
Back in September 2024,
10
Nick said
minutes.
him and Malena broke up.
I guess I'll just say,
Guys, if this leaks anything at all, that's not out there. I'm gonna skip it. As an NB viewer, any NB viewers knows that Malena actually deserves a decent chunk of change in how she revitalized the channel. Okay. Hold on. No, I'm not gonna skip it. Chat. Before anybody says anything, okay? When it comes down to a channel and traction and everything, a lot of effort comes before, and the effort compounds, okay? Nick's efforts and Nick's everything isn't worth zero. Like, all the early stage stuff. Guys, let me explain something really quickly for you, okay? Let me explain something that is very, okay? Anybody that's built any business, any top corporate, anybody, okay? If you start over here and you go like this, they will tell you 100% that this part is 10 times harder and valuable than any of these parts going to the right. It doesn't matter. This is the hardest, most valuable part of anything. It is the foundation of what will be. Like, I'm just saying, who was there? Who was there? If you was like, oh, 50% of this, 50% of that. Okay, if you want to make a debate, then Chance should get 80% of everything then. Fuck it. Then Soda deserves it. 80% of what everything that NB ever made then, if you're gonna make that argument. So when we make those arguments about how much somebody did something, then you have to apply that consistently. I'm not making that argument. I'm saying if you're gonna make this argument, then you gotta do it like that.
it officially then, but yeah, me and Malenas broke up. We split up.
This came as no surprise to fans as she had been off camera for the majority of 2024. He even put out a tweet stating, "Malena and I are wrapping up this chapter in our lives. We've decided to end our relationship. We have
I'm not gonna be rude about it.
pursuing the means
I'll watch it like
our
a
separate ways.
normal.
Thank you so much to the followers and others
Like
who
it,
have
just like it
supported
sounds.
us as a team. You're in our hearts as we start our new chapters." I think it's pretty safe to say their friends in the know like Soda Poppin knew that it was over way before it was announced.
Did I know? I knew things were f***ed. I think everyone kind of knew things were pretty I didn't know it was gonna full on end.
Truthfully, I think it was over when she left to take care of her mom.
The TLDR is Malena's mom is sick again. So her mom had surgery and it went well. So she's in the recovery phase and Malena's down there helping her out.
And Nick announced her retirement.
Yeah, so Malena decided to retire.
What Nick likely should have announced was that he needed to file for divorce, but Malena beat him to it. That's right. Unless you were in the in crowd, chances are you suspected they were married.
Well, I mean, speculation. I mean, it's speculation, but still.
Considering she was from Norway, but never got confirmation. According to court documents, they have been married going on 10 years. Based on what she filed, it does not look like it's going to be an amicable divorce, and Nick has millions at stake because there is no prenup. And he even responded with a counter petition on February 3rd, 2025. Hi, I'm Hammer Resilient, and I cover court documents of your favorite streamers. And today we'll him to end this marriage with Malena. I think their long-term viewers knew Malena may have been homesick, and every now and then it would come out while they were streaming.
I'm tired of waking up in a mansion that's not mine. I'm tired of waking up in a country that's not mine. I'm tired of streaming on a channel that's not mine. I'm tired of driving a car that's not mine.
You're being really selfish. Stop saying the word mine.
I'm tired of being around a family that's not mine.
Going back a bit further, they would break character like when Malena did not want to say she loved him.
You know what's crazy, Malena? I'm falling more in love with you every day.
Thanks, bro.
Ouch.
Why are you saying these things on stream?
As of lately, Nick has been getting upset.
I will be honest, chat. I'm gonna say how it is again. Stream skits aren't to be taken too seriously. It can show cracks sometimes of something. If it has some validity, stop looking to fucking stream skits. It doesn't do anybody any favors, whatever, right? Like, stop treating, like, This clip doesn't mean anything, but this clip means a lot. It's just weird.
Upset about his public Discord messages being made public on X, going back and forth with X.com user Yeet. I think this is specifically because he says in his Discord that his catchy is his girlfriend. Going public with a girlfriend mid divorce will likely cost him in the end.
Hear me out. I don't agree with this, and I would never do it because I think it's wrong, and what Elon did was wrong. But if you wanted to farm Twitter, you can go in front of Trump Tower, do a certain gesture, you probably get 30, 40,000 likes. I would never do that.
I'm
'cause
half
that's
German.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm technically kind of doing it.
I wouldn't do that.
A few moments later.
You hold it, yeah, good.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, so it doesn't go down your
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
So let's look at her petition for divorce. She filed on January 16th, 2025. Discovery is pretty standard as Nick is ordered not to destroy, conceal, or alter any evidence pertaining to any tangible documents. In other words, do not start selling everything off or emptying bank accounts and devaluing property. She would like a real judge, not an associate judge. She has been a resident of Texas, all pretty much standard stuff. She then lists the house they own to serve Nick, emphasis on they, because the house was purchased for $743,000, which today it has a value of $1.1 million according to Zillow. I'll explain later why.
And it's pretty good. Dude.
$1,000, which today it has a value of $1.1 million according to Zillow. I'll explain later why it's technically half her house. As far as the length of the marriage, they were married from September 25th, 2015, when she was 19 and he was 24. Way too young to get married. You know, people who get married at that age, you know, back in the day when my grandmother was around, they would still stay married. But now, the person that they are today, 10 years later, they are not the same person. Imagine if you...
I would assume that Chance sold him the house at cost. I would assume, possibly. I don't know what. I think for all that Nick has done for him over the years, he probably sold him at cost or didn't sell it at all. Maybe he let him stay. I don't know.
You had to get married fresh out of high school. Now, when it comes to divorce, Texas does divorce differently than most states, as they do not acknowledge a separation date. In other words, in Texas, you are married until...
Wait, that's the apartment they got? Wait, what? Huh? No. That. Whoa.
You are divorced.
California, everything acquired after the date of separation is separate. This is really important because in other states, things aren't separate until there's a divorce judgment entered. Take years before a divorce judgment is entered. My longest case lasted 13 years. Here in California, you can be separated, buy a Powerball lottery ticket, win $100 million, and it's all yours. In Texas, where they don't recognize date of separation, you gotta split that ticket.
The kicker is, the longer it takes to settle a divorce, the bigger the payout for...
Wait, that's insane. So people that are married, they have an incentive to stall the fuck out of everything, right? That is actually brain rot. Okay, I will say California W, because California is pretty crazy for fucking family court and shit like that, I would assume, whatever. But California W.
For her. Interestingly, she cites the ground for the divorce as being that the marriage has become insupportable because of discord or conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate end of their marriage relationship and prevents any reasonable expectation of reconciliation. This is a fancy way of saying irreconcilable differences. They are done likely for life. But here's a bonus. The division of community property, she is requesting that the courts divide the estate, meaning that there is absolutely no prenuptial agreement.
Gotcha, bitch.
Texas is one of the few community property states, meaning everything that was acquired during the marriage, each partner owns. This is going to be crucial for ownership in OTK, potentially Starforge systems, along with any and all other property and investments Nick may have, especially his cars and the house. She thought, you know, the house she didn't own. She thought she was driving a car she didn't own. But I am sure her lawyer has explained to her by now that even if she's not on the title or the deed, the house, she indeed owns it. Now, how much ownership will be up for a judge to decide unless they can come to an agreement. Now, let's move on to Nick's response to the divorce. Initially, he generally denied everything, which was a little bit weird, and requested that she get absolutely nothing. Do not worry.
General denial. Interesting.
His counter petition addressed the divorce properly. It may could be a Texas thing that he denied everything. His preservation of evidence is way more specific, and he wants her not to destroy anything she has stored.
Yeah, that's what I would think. It's not that'd be for a counter, and then they would probably like mediate and shit like that. Because if you accept their shit, you play their game. If you say no to all, you both get into a state where you negotiate all things that should be dealt with. It's not like if someone makes a claim, you have to say no to get what everybody agrees on. Otherwise, you're playing their game. You have to play everybody's game, right?
On her computer, work computer, storage devices, or cell phone. You have to keep in mind, you know, she was his editor, so she has access to archive content and likely even unreleased content. He agrees with her date of marriage, and I wonder who was there, if there were any pictures, or did they just go to the courthouse to get married? She is not pregnant, so there will be no child support. You know, I wonder why they never had a kid, considering they've been together for 10 years.
She's back, guys, and she's not pregnant like everyone said.
When it comes to the division of community property, he is hopeful that they will come to some type of settlement, and he would like the courts to divide their estate according to their agreement. She will 100% run his pockets, considering they have been separated for the last year and no settlement has been reached, likely indicating that whatever offer he made, if he made one at all, was not up to her approval, or maybe her.
Chad, they were married since when? Did they say 15? You guys say she deserves it. I gotta be honest with you, okay? If I speak, I'm not gonna say anything.
Lawyer's approval. Calculating Nick's settlement. Because it's close to the 10-year mark, signifying a long-term marriage in the state of Texas, she is legally going to be entitled to $5,000 a month in spousal maintenance for a total of 5 years, which ends up coming about to be $300.
I think a lot of things that people are saying about Nick are usually about their dislike for him. Guys, I'm not being a dick rider. Okay? Nick plays his personality on the internet, okay? A lot of his internet presence is the fact that people hate him. Okay, every emote he has shits on him. He runs a E-Rob like show, but people hate Nick, and I agree. I also hate Nick. Okay, I'm a big Nick hater. I see Nick, I shit on him. It's going to business. Okay, I need it. I need this. It makes me feel good about myself. My day is bad. I say, Nick, you're a cuck. My day's better. It is what it is. All good. Okay, and a lot of people do too. That's the kind of his shtick. Okay. But if I approach this with a observer eye, third person, okay, hold on. Even though I want to shit on him for saying, oh, he deserves to lose, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. If I understand how marriage works or whatever. I think I understand some of these terms, whatever, right? The word deserves, whoa, hold on. Deserve, Saf? That's up to interpretation. That is up to interpretation.
$1,000 in.
Now, there are two words here. Entitled to, deserves. By some of these things, I assume she's probably entitled to some form of that percentage or whatever, but deserves, wait a minute.
Just spousal support or spousal maintenance. The house being worth $1.1 million will net her about $550,000. So now we're at $800,000 and we haven't even gotten to OTK. No doubt OTK is worth millions. I'm not sure how much, but for comparison's sakes, AMP is valued at 100.
You guys are still within the mentality that streaming is just, I will appear on camera and the work is done. Even though I hate Nick sometimes, the legwork that he's been putting in the last 15 years, whatever, is a fuck ton. Okay, I will say Nick puts a lot of legwork. Okay, a lot of with tech, with building things, building computers, doing maintenance, helping Chance, networking, travel the world to network and help Chance. He helped Chance a fuck ton back in the days, right? Want to do his own thing, and he still helped Nick at the time. And yes, she also did it. If you were to lay it all out, do you generally feel like it's split down the middle in terms of deserving? Listen, that's up to you. I have to be honest with you. Knowing Nick and anybody puts it, they put a lot of fucking work. You're trying to discredit Nick because you don't like him. I get that. I gotta be honest with you.
$150 million.
What's the number if you think it was worth an estimate right now? What would you say the value of AMP is today?
I would say 150 million.
Wait, what is that?
What's the number if you think it was?
For comparison's sakes, AMP is valued at $150 million.
What's the number if you think it was worth an estimate right now? What would you say the value of AMP is today?
I would say 150.
Chat, I don't really know how you value something like this. What if you were to sell AMP? Nobody watches AMP. Chat, this is something. This doesn't make any sense. How can you value AMP? If you remove people that are in AMP and you sell the company, who the fuck watches AMP? Guys, people watch AMP because the people in AMP. We are in an era where the centerpieces are the brand. They have a umbrella brand that covers all of them, and it helps them get their name out there and brand them. But that's very good for them. It's an ecosystem at which it helps them. It helps it help them back. It's like a cycle. They're cycling between them and AMP, but remove these components, the umbrella becomes useless. Guys, if these guys were to say, we're out of this, we're selling AMP, tomorrow we're AMD, well, AMD is fucking massive. It's as big or bigger. AMP's worth $0. Who the fuck cares about AMP if they all leave it?
50 million.
Now, Nick is not a, so I imagine he owns a nice percentage, not a biggest percentage as some of the founding members, but substantial enough. OTK will 100% be audited and evaluate to properly inform her how much Nick's or their stake in OTK is actually worth. He will have to divulge that to her lawyer. Now, let this be a learning lesson for all you. If you're going into business with a partner, should they get married, make them have a prenup excluding the business from being considered community property.
Guys, I don't think that this is a hostile, from looking at this chat, I don't think this, I think he's dramatizing it. I don't think this is a hostile divorce, okay? I think they will do a fair assessment of the value of things, and they won't have to do some fucking ultra audit of all assets and break everything down and sell the cars and shit. I think they will come to some agreement and some down the middle thing, at least to some form, whatever, right, of good faith, and be like, yeah, we're done with this, okay? That's just what it is.
Or in the event they don't want to get a prenup before they are married, buy them out. If they're already married coming into the business and they don't have a prenup, you need to make sure they get a postnup coming into the business married. It will save your company.
I mean, dude, of course it's a, well, I will say though, looking at this, it is a lot more in Nick's best interest that this goes smoothly and without hostility, because if it does get hostile and it does get stalled out, I mean, brother, because of the state of Texas, she would still be claiming everyday work as in when the split happens, she's getting the money of today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So if this stalls out, I mean, I'm not trying to put any ideas in it. I'm just saying, consider the potential. I think it's in everybody's best interest, or Nick's best interest, that they kind of come to an agreement.
Company a much needed headache of having a forensic accountant go through your books with a fine-tooth comb. I understand Nick may not like me or care for my content.
Flashback. When's Henry coming to a cooking stream? Who's Henry? You're talking about the guy who watched the clip?
First of all, do you think they'll let me in, OTK?
Nope.
Never. I'm not a fan of those type of people.
Let me tell you something funny.
And I'm not talking about.
Recently. I'll donate twice due to
I've already talked about how I feel about people who do stuff like that.
End of flashback.
But from one divorced man to another, I truly hope this process goes smooth for him, because he seems like a okay guy despite his fragility shining through anytime he's criticized or getting exposed on the internet.
Mods are now coming forward with evidence of Miskiff pressuring Mods with his friends NMP, where NMP even threatened Ahmad that he got connections to the FBI.
Well, I mean, this is true though. I mean, listen, with the amount of swatting people we're fucking doing, okay? I mean, yeah, they do have connections to FBI. So when shit pops off or whatever, I mean, it goes to FBI real quick.
Door. Boom, 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 boom. Do, boom, boom, boom.
If she goes for every penny she can get, this will be his true red pill moment. I have faith that, he's going to give her a fair offer that she can't refuse. Now, keep in mind, it should come with an NDA, because last thing you want to do is for her to get the money and then start telling secrets. From the outside looking in, I think we all can agree that Malena was a huge part of Nick Polom's success on Twitch, and she was there for, I would say, 90% of the content.
She was also generally, I mean, she was a homemaker or whatever, right? I'm not, because, I mean, I assume since they were married or whatever, right? She was doing her married duties or whatnot. Or like, or at least on her part in it, right? And that has value. It does a value. What? Oh my guy, what did I say? Is that misogynistic or whatever? I thought the whole point in a traditional marriage is that in a marriage, the reason why somebody would be getting a percentage is that the person is putting aside their goals to help the household. So if you guys take the household making part of that, then remove the amount that they're getting then. But you're not doing that, so I'm not doing that. What? That's how life works. Did you guys fall on your head last night or something? Or I don't get it. What the fuck? The only reason why the 50% thing is even a thing to people say and do.
You should know about marriage, right?
No, I don't actually. Actually, I do. It's more about divorce. It's more about divorce that I don't know about, because they didn't have to do any of that, right? Because I wasn't married, so yeah. How does this work for people that with real jobs where you don't participate together at all? That's the problem. That's when prenups, I think, are needed in society. That's where I think the laws have to completely rework the whole marriage system in all. I think I generally think, now that I know what I know, they should just redo the entire laws around marriage, because I'm gonna be honest with you, less than 5% of people probably do standardized marriage the way that it's advertised. Guys, the reason why marriage is built the way it is that back in the days, girl meet guy in what, like after high school, whatever, right? Or even at high school, then they get married, and then the guy works hard, and then the lady does house and children, and they're signing and they're being married on the fact that there's the life. They are signing up for the life. When they get married, right? In the movie, they say to get it till death or whatever, right? For poorer or richer, or whatever, right? So they are doing it for life. They're signing up for a life. So there should never be a 50%, right? Because they should never get separated, right? The problem is that these days, everything's so flimsy, people forget about a life. People can't even fucking last 5 years. Forget about 50 years. People don't last 5 years. And even those 5 years, nobody's homemaking and doing none of that shit, right? So why 50%? If you're both doing your own thing, right? Why should we get a portion of what you're doing? How's that fair for you if you're more successful? If you want to support, then support. But if you're not supporting, why should you get the amount that you're getting for being a supporter? If you weren't supporting it, what's the point of that? It doesn't make any sense to me. But that's what a lot of people try to weasel their way in marriages these days that don't have a prenup. So a prenup would rework some of the clauses that standardized, I would just say, traditional marriages work, right? Instead, they rework some of the stuff so that everybody gets what they deserve, right? But I don't know why they didn't prenup beforehand. I don't get it. All good. Maybe they did truly sign up for life, and I respect that. But that comes with the price if things don't pan out. And I think they didn't pan out, so it is what it is. No disrespect to anybody. Guys, I admire Malena. I do.
Force in.
Guys, I live with them for a long time. I think she's a strong person. Yeah, she gets drunk and she's whatever, but who cares? She actually works hard, and she kind of held it the fuck down. And Chance knows this also. Bro, she held it the fuck down at home, okay? She was helping everybody in the household. What? What do you want to bring that up, man? Wait, did I make something weird? What did I say? Huh? I don't know what I said. Anyway.
If not more, along with doing some of the back end editing. I do truly hope, he offers her something that's fair, but then again, what's fair to him and what's fair to her could be something totally different, but I don't want to see
you helping your case, bozo.
To be like me on the dark side.
Brother, if something is the truth and it helps somebody, who the fuck cares? Like, you act like you have to hide the truth to get something you don't deserve. Whatever. I don't give a shit. If something is the truth, it's the truth. Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
She was a part of the show the entire time, run the house, and they were married. The UN written rule would be at least half.
At least? Yo, brother, you need to pipe the fuck down. You need to pipe it at least? Bro, it's like when I hear, like I pay 57% taxes in Quebec, right? 57%. At that point, brother, when I pay the taxes, brother, you know what I want to do? I want to call the office, call the whatever, IRS, whatever it'll give it. Say, hey man, can I talk to your superior? And say, yo, today I don't want to stream. Can you stream for me? Because clearly they deserve more than half. So they're doing more than I am. So today, how about you pull up and you stream for me? How about you pull up and do something for me, the fuck? Holy fucking shit, man. What a joke, man. What a fucking joke, man. They can't fix the roads. I pull the car out. It's a war zone. Brother, there's craters on the street. Oh, dude, we do the infrastructure. Like, holy fuck, man.